Mike, it's like something out of, a trashy airport crime novel. Russian hackers, trying to extract hush money out of progressive groups, but we're not actually sure that these are official Russian hackers. I mean, what's the very latest about what we do actually know about these people?
Yeah, it is like something out of a crime novel. Although after what happened in the 2016 election, I don't think anything should be surprising. We know that these hackers are likely of Russian origin because the tools that they're using and the methods. There is some indication that there might be some crossover with the state-sponsored groups that did the hacking during the 2016 election, but there's no hard evidence that this is state-sponsored or the Russian government is behind this. It could be, in fact, if you were Russian hackers, you're just taking a page from what was displayed during the election and saying, wow, these groups were really, really embarrassed. It cost them a lot in terms of the brand and in terms of candidates. Maybe we should just turn this into a new kind of crime model for crime, and that appears at least as one possible explanation.
Michael, the other troubling thing out of this is that there are groups, progressive groups out there that are doing things that you could possibly extort them for afterwards. They're being ethically undermined now by these revelations, possibly.
It's not like since we're dealing in the world of politics, there are things that are embarrassing that might not be either problematic from a criminal point of view or even ethically sketchy. The one example that somebody who described these campaigns gave us, for example, is there was an email exchange about coordination between a funder and using that money to pay for logistics of Trump protesters. Now, this is something the Republicans have been charging. President Trump, in fact, tweeted about this. And it's a little embarrassing, but it's like this happens all the time in politics. Protesters get bussed in, people get paid for in terms of like how they get from one place to the next, but it still isn't something you'd want out. I mean, it's a little unclear because we don't know exactly what these hackers are finding, but certainly they think that it's juicy enough that some of these groups might be willing to pay up. Keep in mind the amounts also aren't that big. The hackers are asking for a ransom in bitcoins, and they range from about $30,000 worth of bitcoins to about $140,000, $150,000.
Has the FBI commented, Michael?
No, the FBI is definitely investigating this, and when we asked for comment, they declined to comment.
Yeah, just give us an idea of how many groups have been targeted.
So there are about a dozen that I know of, but likely the way that these campaigns work, we're sort of catching this kind of at the beginning. So the story is definitely developing, and there may be more that are targeted in the coming days or weeks.
Michael, from your reporting, it seems like some of the groups have actually paid the hush money. Why on earth would they do that?
That's a good question, especially since in this case, the hackers have taken the emails or the documents already, so there's no real guarantee that they won't make them public anyway. I think on some level it may be because the amounts are small enough that it's worth the risk, and that some of the emails might be embarrassing or sensitive enough that they decide to go ahead and pay. I will say that the FBI often, or in some cases, tells organizations that they should pay the money because they have some ability to track bitcoins, even though bitcoins are supposed to be untrackable. So that could be another possibility as well.